Most people underestimate the power of a single step. They think change requires a lifetime, a massive plan, or a miracle from heaven. But the truth is, your entire story can be rewritten with one bold step. Not tomorrow, not next week, but today, right now. If you are willing to do what most people won't, act with courage in the face of fear. Your story is not written in stone, it's written in decisions. Every time you choose comfort over courage, you reinforce the same ending. Every time you choose hesitation over action, you replay the same chapter. But the moment you take a bold step, the entire plot shifts. The characters change, the opportunities change, the outcome changes. You can keep living as the same person who tolerates what is, or you can step into the person who creates what will be. Fear will always show up when you are standing at the edge of transformation. Fear whispers, "What if you fail?" But you must answer, "What if I don't?" It's not a stop sign, it's a sign. Always pointing to the exact place where your growth begins. Most people run from that place. Bold people run toward it because they understand that the pain of fear lasts for a moment, but the pain of regret can last for decades. That single bold step doesn't have to be big, it just has to be decisive. One phone call, one conversation, one investment, one commitment can change your entire direction. A ship that shifts its course by 1 degree will end up in a completely different country. Your life works the same way. It's not the giant leap that changes you. It's the courageous decision to stop standing still. When you act boldly, something invisible happens. Life starts cooperating with you. People notice. Opportunities seem to find you. Doors you didn't even know existed begin to open. Boldness is magnetic. It attracts favor. It sends a message to the world that you are no longer available for the old version of your life. But here's the most important thing. Your bold step is not about what you do. It's about who you decide to become. The version of you that takes that step is different from the version of you who stays still. Your identity shifts first, then your reality catches up. That's why you can't wait for confidence to show up before you move. Confidence is built after the step, not before it. There are 2 stories you can keep telling yourself. The one where you wait, wonder, and wish, or the one where you act, rise, and rewrite. Which story do you want your children to read about you? Which story will make you proud when you look back 10 years from now? Today is the perfect day to take that step. Don't negotiate with fear. Don't wait for perfect timing. Don't overthink the outcome, just decide. One bold step can change the way you see yourself. One bold step can change the way the world sees you. One bold step can change everything. Your future self is watching you right now, cheering you on, hoping you'll be brave enough to do it. Not because it's easy, but because it's necessary. If you don't like the chapter you're in, stop rereading it. Pick up the pen, take the step, and rewrite your story starting today. Courage is the spark that ignites everything else. The moment you act with courage, you create momentum. And momentum is the one thing most people are missing. They wait for motivation, but motivation comes after movement, not before it. The hardest part of any transformation is the first step, because it feels like pushing a car that hasn't moved in years. It resists you, it feels heavy, and everything inside of you screams to stop. But if you stay with it, something incredible happens. That car starts to roll, slowly at first, then faster, and before long, you're no longer pushing with all your strength. Momentum is carrying you forward. That's what courage does. It moves you from stillness into motion. The first phone call, the first investment, the first adjust to yourself. It might feel scary, but it breaks the grip of stagnation. Once you're in motion, fear loses its power because you're too busy moving forward to overthink. Courage is contagious too. When you take that first bold step, you inspire yourself and you inspire others. You begin to believe in your own ability to do hard things. Suddenly what felt impossible yesterday feels natural today because courage creates a new normal. Your destiny is not shaped by the circumstances you were born into, but by the decisions you make in the moments that matter most. Every choice you make is like a seed planted in the soil of your future. You cannot plant indecision and expect a harvest of clarity. You cannot plant excuses and expect a harvest of breakthrough. Your decisions are steering the ship of your life, whether you realize it or not. The moment you decide differently, your story begins to change. Not when the economy changes, not when other people finally see your worth, not when conditions become perfect, but when you decide. This easy. Ons are powerful because they collapse hesitation and force your life into motion. They set a new standard for what you will tolerate and what you will create. One decision to stop procrastinating, one decision to forgive, one decision to believe in yourself can redirect the entire trajectory of your future. Most people think destiny is something you discover, but destiny is something you design. And it's designed by what you decide to do right now. Your past may have written the first chapters of your life, but your decisions will write the ending. Fear shows up right before your life is about to change. It is not your enemy, it is your indicator. Fear is simply a signpost telling you that what's on the other side is bigger than what you've been living in. Most people misunderstand fear. They treat it like a wall, but it's really just a doorway. It's not there to stop you, it's there to show you where the treasure is hidden. Think about it. The things you're afraid to do are uasu. Ally the things that would change everything if you did them. The conversation you've been avoiding, the leap you've been hesitating to take, the risk you've been talking yourself out of, that's where your next level is waiting. Fear says, don't go there. But your purpose says, I must go there. When you step toward what scares you, fear begins to shrink. When you run from it, fear begins to grow. And here's the secret. Courage doesn't mean you don't feel fear. It means you move forward anyway. The most powerful moments in your life will not be the ones where you felt safe. They will be the ones where you felt fear and acted anyway. Boldness has a language, and the world responds to it. When you take bold action, you signal to life that you are serious about change. You send a message to the universe, to the people around you, and to yourself that you are no longer available for mediocrity. And when that signal goes out, doors start opening, not because the world suddenly got easier, but because boldness makes you visible. Opportunities that were hidden before begin to reveal themselves. People who can help you suddenly notice you. Boldness is magnetic. It pulls resources, ideas, and allies toward you that hesitation would have kept away. When you move first, when you risk rejection, when you take the chance others are afraid to take, you set yourself apart. Most people wait for permission. Bold people create momentum by giving themselves permission. They stop asking, "Kaf, what if it doesn't work?" and start asking, "Kaf, what if it does?" And here's the thing, boldness inspires trust. People follow bold leaders, invest in bold ideas, and rally behind bold missions. Your favor multiplies when you dare to be the one who moves. People think they need to take giant leaps to change their lives, but the truth is, small steps taken with intention can create massive transformation. A 1-degree shift in direction doesn't look like much at first, but travel far enough, you end up in a completely different place. That's how life works. You don't have to fix everything in one day. You just have to stop standing still and start moving forward. The beauty of small steps is that they build confidence as you go. When you take one step, you prove to yourself that you can take another. And soon, what once felt impossible becomes normal. Big breakthroughs are really just a series of small, consistent actions stacked together over time. Don't let the size of your dream intimidate you. You don't need to have all the answers to take the next right step. Your job is not to leap the whole staircase, just to take the next step you can see. Each small step you take is a vote for the person you are becoming. And if you keep voting for the future you want, one day you'll wake up and realize you've completely rewritten your story. One small, courageous step at a time. Your results will never rise higher than the story you believe about yourself if you keep CI. Injure yourself as the person who fails, who quits, who always comes up short. You will subconsciously make decisions that prove that story true. Before your circumstances can change, your identity must change. You must begin to speak, think, and act as the person you want to become, even before the evidence shows up. This is where most people get stuck. They wait for proof before they believe, but life doesn't work that way. Belief comes first, proof comes second. You have to claim the identity of a winner while you're still in the fight. You have to call yourself disciplined while you're still struggling to stay consistent. You have to see yourself as successful before the world sees you that way. When you rewrite your identity, you begin to make decisions that align with your future rather than your past. You stop acting out of old wounds and start acting out of new possibilities. And soon, your results will rise to match the person you've decided to become. Your story changes the MO. It meant you stop identifying with who you were and start living from who you are becoming. Your life is waiting on you to make a move. Every excuse, every delay, every reason you've given yourself to stay the same has been building a wall between where you are and where you want to be. But that wall is not made of stone. It's made of hesitation, and hesitation can be shattered by one bold step. You don't have to have it all figured out. You don't need to see the whole path. You just need to decide that your future is worth more than your fear. Decide that the person you're becoming is stronger than the comfort you're leaving behind. One bold step, one call, one risk, one leap of faith can rewrite everything. 10 years from now, you'll look back and thank yourself for the courage you showed today. Don't wait for the right moment. Make this the right moment. Pick up the pen, step into the unknown, and start writing the story you were meant to live. Because the next chapter of your life, Faye isn't waiting to be read. It's waiting to be written. And you are the author.